All right, let's get right to it. Today, we are stepping into the ring for a massive head-to-head comparison between two titans of the automation world, n8n and Make. We're going to figure out which tool should be the champion for your specific needs. So let me ask you a question. Are you sick of all that copying and pasting, manually updating spreadsheets, sending the same notification over and over and over again? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone, and that's exactly where automation comes in to save the day. Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll meet the contenders. Then, we'll run them through a few rounds, looking at price and power, their user interface, and how they handle integrations. And finally, we'll figure out how you can choose your champion. So let's properly introduce our two fighters. In this corner, we've got n8, the open source powerhouse, and in the other corner, we have Make, the super polished, user-friendly platform that you might remember as Integromat. You know, the best way to think about these two is like this. n8n is the mechanics toolkit. It's open source, you can customize it endlessly, and it really puts you in the driver's seat. Make, on the other hand, well, that's the magician's box. It's slick, it's intuitive, and it performs these incredible feats with what feels like a simple wave of a wand. It's really control versus convenience. All right, round one, price and power. Let's talk money, but also something just as important, control over your data. This is a huge deciding factor for pretty much any business out there. And right away, you see a massive difference in how they work. With n8n, you can actually self-host it on your own server for free. That means unlimited workflows, and you have complete, total control over your data. Make is a cloud-only service. Your data goes through their servers, and you pay based on different tiers, though they do have a free plan to get you started. So for this round, it's a pretty clear knockout. If you've got the tech skills to run a server, or if you're on a tight budget, or if data control is non-negotiable, n8n is the undisputed winner here. Okay, let's move on to round two, looks versus logic. This is all about the user experience. You know, how does it actually feel to build and look at your automations in each of these tools? And this is where you can really see their different personalities shine. n8n gives you this clean, logical, left-to-right flowchart. It's simple, it's super easy to follow, especially for straightforward tasks. Make, though, gives you this spatial, free-form canvas they call a scenario. It's definitely more visually flashy, and, you know, it can be a lot better for mapping out really complex automations with a ton of different branching paths. So who wins this round? Well, honestly, nobody. It's totally subjective. It really just comes down to personal taste. If you love that visual flair and you're mapping out something complicated, you might lean towards Make. But if you just appreciate clean, straightforward simplicity, n8n's approach might be exactly what you're looking for. Time for round three, and this is a big one, connectors versus code. I mean, an automation tool is only as good as the other apps it can talk to, right? So this is a battle between having a ton of pre-built options and having the raw power of custom code. First up, Make comes out swinging with a jaw-dropping library of over 1,500 pre-built, ready-to-go connectors. We're talking all the popular services you can imagine. It's a seriously impressive number. Now, in contrast, n8n has a library of over 400 integrations, which is still a lot, but, you know, looking at the numbers side by side, it seems like an easy win for Make, right? Well, not so fast. Because n8n has a secret weapon up its sleeve. It's built for developers. That means with a bit of custom code and its super flexible HTTP request node, you can connect to basically any application that has an API. The possibilities are, and I mean this literally, infinite. So here's the trade-off. Make is absolutely fantastic for non-technical users who just need to plug and play with mainstream apps really quickly. But n8n is the champion for developers and tech teams who need that ultimate flexibility to build whatever they want. So we have to call this round a split decision. Make absolutely wins for the sheer breadth of its out-of-the-box connectors, but n8n takes the prize for its incredible depth and flexibility, giving developers the power to connect to anything. Let's make this a little more real. Imagine a basic workflow. A new customer signs up, you want to add them to MailChimp, send a quick alert to your team on Slack, and log the whole thing in a Google Sheet. Now, both tools can do this, no problem. In Make, the setup might be a bit quicker, a bit more visual. In n8n, you just connect the nodes in a line. The end result is exactly the same, but the journey to get there just feels a little different.
And that brings us to the final round, choosing your champion. After seeing all this, the real question isn't which tool is better. The real question is which tool is better for you.
So, n8n is your champion if you want to self-host and keep total control of your data. It's perfect if you have a technical team, if you need unlimited executions without a crazy bill, and if you want the power to build custom integrations, especially for sensitive data that has to stay in-house. On the flip side, you're going to want to go with Make if you prefer a solution that's just handled for you. Zero server maintenance. It's ideal for non-technical team members who can just jump in and use that massive library of pre-built apps, and it's really polished visual builder. Look, if you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. n8n is the choice for developers, for data control, and for high-volume tasks. Make is the choice for business users, for convenience, and for pure ease of use. But that leads to one final, kind of provocative thought. Maybe the ultimate answer isn't choosing one over the other. You know, a lot of smart companies use both. They use Make for the quick and easy stuff set up by the business teams, and they use n8n for the heavy-lifting, mission-critical stuff handled by the developers. The real showdown might just end in a very powerful partnership.